Hi and welcome to a new lecture in the RICS APC Essentials course. This course is crafted in order to help those who want to get chartered under the quantity surveying route. The course helps the RICS APC candidates to take their understanding of the different areas of competencies from level 1 knowing, going to level 2 doing, and then ending with level 3 advising. And in this lecture, we're going to be discussing how an RICS APC candidate could craft their summary of experience, which is required for the APC submission. We're going to be discussing in this lecture a wide variety of topics. We're going to be starting this lecture by discussing the structure of the APC in terms of the different areas of competencies that need to be tackled in the submission. We're going to be expanding a bit on the word count requirements. And then we're going to be delving deeper into the different levels of the competencies that are required to be covered by the APC candidate. We're going to be diving deeper into each and every single level, what it entails, and how to write each level of each and every single competence. We're going to be sharing some mistakes that APC candidates should do their best to avoid, as well as how could an RICS APC candidate distribute their hours across the different areas of competencies. We're going to be discussing definitely the continuous professional development requirements in terms of hours. And the last two topics that we're going to be shedding some light on are as follows. How to prepare for your final interview regarding the summary of experiences, and what are the top tips for success. And now without further ado, let's dive in the lecture. So starting with the structure of the APC. So normally you have three types of areas of competencies in the RICS APC journey: the mandatory, the core, and the optional. The mandatory areas of competencies, you have the ethics and code of conduct up to level 3, which is advising, which means that you have to showcase what you have understood about this area of competence, tasks that you are undertaking in order to fulfill this area of competence, and last but not the least, what is the reasoned advice that you're giving to your clients in relation to this specific area of competence. In the mandatory competencies, you have also three areas which are required up to level 2, which is doing, and these areas are the health and safety, the client care, and communication and negotiation. And these areas you're going to be using on a daily basis. The remaining areas in the mandatory competencies taking into account the business planning, the conflict avoidance and resolution, the data management, the diversity, inclusion and team working, the inclusive environments, as well as accounting principles and procedures. These are required up to level 1, so you just have to state that you understand them, the courses that you have taken and the likes. We're going to be expanding on how you can write each and every single level over the next slides. The second group of competencies is basically the core competencies, which is your bread and butter, the stuff that you do on a daily basis, and you have to reach level 3, which is advising in each and every single area of these competencies. There are 6 of them. If you are working for a contractor, it's going to be commercial management. If you're working for a consultant or a client, it's probably going to be design, economics, and cost planning. The core competencies also include the project finance, control, and reporting, procurement and tendering, contract practice, quantification and costing of construction works, as well as construction technology and environmental services. The optional competencies, the RICS APC candidate would have to choose only 2 of them competencies. There is a wide variety of optional competencies available, and from experience and based on a wide variety of quantity surveys that I've dealt with in my professional career, the majority of QSs choose commercial management or design, economics and cost planning, depending on what you have taken in the core competencies, in addition to risk management or sustainability, as well as contract administration, conflict avoidance, and programming and planning if the QS is working closely with PMs or planners. And as you know from this course, we're going to be covering the contract administration under the contract practice because they are interchangeable, and we have a dedicated lecture for risk management. We've also explained in the sustainability lecture the different methods of assessment for the environmental impact of projects, and that's where you need to have some sort of specialization in order to reach level 2, that specific area of competence. The second thing that we're going to be discussing is the word count requirements, or the limit for the words for the different areas of competencies. So starting with the mandatory competencies, there is a hard limit of 1500 words that you shouldn't exceed at all. You're free to distribute the words however you see fit across different areas of competencies. However, I would advise to give ethics and the 3 competencies that require level 2 more words than the areas requiring the candidate to reach only level 1. For the core competencies and the optional competencies, both of them together, they shouldn't exceed 4,000 words. We're going to be discussing in the next slides some strategies about how you can split the word count across level 1, 2, and 3 in different areas of competencies. And last but not least, the case studies. We have crafted a separate lecture for how to tackle the case study and how to write it. In summary, the case study has to be undertaken by the RICS APC candidates within the last 2 years, and the word count shouldn't exceed at all 3,000 words, and the candidate will have to showcase in the case study how they managed to reach level 3 by providing advice to the client for an issue or multiple issues. The competencies required by the RICS, they can include multiple levels. The first level is knowing. That's where you're going to be listing what you already know from university courses or training sessions that you have undertaken at work, or different courses that you have taken online or in different institutions. It's all about the theoretical knowledge and your understanding of that specific area of competence. Level 2 is all about the doing, so taking ownership for a specific bits and bobs or specific tasks, shadowing colleagues, taking responsibility. You have to showcase that you have undertaken actual work, and in here you have to state a minimum of 2 examples. And then the last thing is level 3. Level 3 is about advising. It's not just about undertaking the work. It's about how you are able to provide proper advice to the client concerning a specific issue or issues and how your advice was implemented. You have to showcase how your professional judgment works when tested, and shadowing what we said in level 2, 2 examples are required. And this is all for this video, which is meant to be an extended trailer or a teaser. And if you want to have full access to the full length, the recorded videos, the notes, the presentations, and the question answer banks, do not hesitate to get enrolled on the APC Essentials course on the APC Mastery Path web portal, and you can make the best use of a coupon code which is APC35 for a 35% discount. All the best in your APC journey. Thanks a lot for watching, and catch you in the next video.